How's it going, guys? This is Cody and I'm back here again to do another first time watch video. For those of you who don't know, in this series I basically talk about a movie and give my first initial thoughts and my reaction to my first time viewing of it. Now, I'm not going to be reviewing the film. In the first video that I did in this series, I talked about Young Frankenstein, and I talked a lot about the plot in that one. Well, I'm not really trying to do that in this series because this isn't a review series. This is just me giving my initial thoughts and my opinion on a certain film instead of reviewing it. So in this video, I'm not going to be talking about the plot of the movie. I'm going to be talking about my thoughts before I saw it and my thoughts after. But the film that I'm going to be talking about today is the latest film by Guillermo del Toro, and that is Crimson Peak. Now I heard a lot of things about this, a lot of mixed things about this movie before I saw it. I remember when I first saw the trailer of it, and I got an impression from it from the trailer, and I think that a lot of other people got the same impression. When I first saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be like a haunted house, ghost type film, and I'm sure that a lot of other people thought so too. And I think that that's why when people actually went to go see it, some people were disappointed because it wasn't like, they thought it was going to be. And then I think some people enjoyed it for what it was. And enjoyed it because it wasn't a typical haunted house style horror film or haunted house, ghost movie, paranormal film. Because this movie's not necessarily a full-on ghost film. What it basically is it's actually a gothic sort of love story in a way, with murder and a mystery elements to it, as well as a supernatural element to the film. I don't want to. I'm trying to explain it. There are scenes in it that do involve ghostly apparitions, and they're actually pretty creepy scenes. There's one scene in the beginning of the film. The main character in the film, her mother, this is not a spoiler, this happens at the beginning of the movie. Her mother had passed away, and at the beginning of the film, her spirit, the spirit of her mother, she comes back and she warns her daughter about Crimson Peak when she's a very young girl. And then, of course, years later, when she goes to a certain place, she finds out what her mother meant. For that, and there's also another spirit in the film. I'm not going to talk about that one because that is a spoiler and I don't want to give anything away. But essentially what the spirits are there for is that they're there to either help or haunt the main character of the movie. Now, when I say gothic, film, it does have a dark atmosphere to it, but the cinematography in the film is beautiful, and all the different all the different areas of the film, like the huge house that they're in, it just looks beautiful. This is a beautifully made, beautifully shot film. Every shot is done and it has great lighting to it. It's got a lot of dark imagery throughout, but in a way it's really nice to look at, really well done. So the cinematography is probably one of the highlights of the film. The acting is great too as well. The story is really good, and this is, another reason why I think people are mixed about it, because it's not a full-on horror movie. There is a love story to this film. It's not overly sappy though, it doesn't overcome the film, but essentially the movie is sort of like a romantic film, but it has a lot of horror. It has horror, it's supernatural elements, but for the most part it's a murder mystery film with a love story, I think. And it really, you can really feel that in the movie. You can really feel the love between the two characters, the two main characters of the movie. And you really believe the characters. This movie has a lot of believable characters, a lot of character development as well. Sorry, it's really hot in this room, so if you guys see me sweating, it's because of that. But there's a lot of character development. Now the movie is about 2 hours long, and I'd say, the first half of it, maybe, well, not the first half, I say the first 30 minutes or so is a lot of character development, and this is a film that is very driven by characters, and you really get to know these characters, and you start to feel for them and care about them. So when, other things start happening to them, bad things, you care about a lot more than, a typical, like I said, supernatural type film that I think a lot of people were expecting with this movie. And it's really not that. Like I said, there are supernatural elements, but it's more of a murder mystery film with, a love story and, just a lot of great settings in the movie. Like I said, like the house that they're in is really, really big, and it's beautifully done. Of course, it's really run down as well. So you kind of get that, it's a beautiful house, but since it's being run down, it's also dark and it's dirty and it's just gritty and everything. And that's essentially, I think, what the whole idea of the film is supposed to be. It's supposed to be dark, it's supposed to be gritty, but there's also beauty in it. So I think that's pretty much about all I want to say. It's kind of hard to talk about a movie without talking about the plot of it, I've noticed. So when I do these type of videos, some of them are going to be sort of like, I'm just going to be talking about random things about the film. And I'm not really going to be talking about anything super specific because I don't want to give away the plot. This is not a review series. This is just me giving my initial reaction to the film and what I thought about it. So some of these videos are going to be more coherent than others. This one is probably, my first video I talked more about the plot, which I'm not trying to do in the series, but it was probably more coherent than this video. So if you guys don't really understand what I mean, then about the film, what I mean about it, and if you don't have like a feeling, or if you don't really understand exactly what the film is like, then my advice is to read up on it. Simply because this is definitely one movie that's not for everybody. I think that a lot of people that are tired of the generic haunted house style horror films are really going to enjoy this. People with an open mind about horror movies, with great great character driven story, are really going to enjoy this. But for people that are so used to the typical jump scare every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, then this is not the movie for you. This is a much more intelligent film than any of these other, like I said, haunted house, paranormal activity, stuff like that. This is not like that at all. This is actually a very character-driven film. I think in a way the ghostly spirits that are in this movie are sort of there as like metaphors. I'm not going to really give away exactly what I think that they mean, because I think that would be a spoiler and I don't want to give anything away. So at the end of the day, can I recommend Crimson Peak? I would say read up on it. I would say, read about it. Try to find someone that did a review on it that doesn't give away a whole lot, because there's a lot of twists. There's some good twists in this movie that I don't want, I don't want spoiled for anyone who hasn't seen it. So I'd recommend reading up on it. And if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, then check it out. If it doesn't sound like something you'd be interested in, I would say maybe Redbox it or Netflix it one night. Because I do think that, if you have an open mind about horror films, I think you'll enjoy this more. If you don't, and if you're just used to like I said, the generic ghost story, jump out at you type films, and this is not the type of movie for you. But I do encourage you to check it out anyway, because I think it could introduce you to a new, it could introduce you to a more open-minded type horror film. It's like I said, it's more of a murder mystery type film than it is horror, I think. But at the end of the day, it is a pretty creepy movie, and it's definitely one that, like I said, if it's something that you think you would enjoy, then I would recommend it to you. If it's something you don't think that you would enjoy, then I don't recommend it. But I would still say, check it out anyway. because I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a really well made, really good film. But anyway guys, I hope this video was coherent enough, and I hope that for anyone who hasn't seen the movie yet, I hope maybe that this gets you to go see it. You know, because I really did enjoy it, and I think a lot of other people will too. But like I said, if you don't know, read up on it. You know, watch a review of it. Watch a spoiler-free review. Don't let anybody ruin it for you. And then make your own judgment. You know, if you think it might be a good film, check it out. Anyway guys, thanks for everybody for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the video down below. And also, let me know if you've seen Crimson Peak. What do you think about it? Because I honestly think it was a really well done film, and I don't want to say anything too soon, but I could honestly see this as becoming a new modern horror or supernatural classic. I think it was just very well done. But anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Like I said, let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you think about Crimson Peak if you've seen it. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.